Hello, everybody. This is Devo with D-Bill's Movie Reviews here, and this week's review will be Transporter 2, starring Jason Statham as Frank Martin, featuring Kate Nana as Lola, Keith David, Russell Berlin, and Matthew Modine. And when it comes to sequels better than the original, this is one of them. Though, just reading how they wanted to make it an R-rated one, but the studio wanted PG-13. But then again, usually that means, I always say that wider audience means for some reason they want kids to watch the movie, which is always why I view that as that logic. Hell, no. Though PG-13 was about good enough for transport franchise because it's more car chases than gunplay. I mean, it's kind of fitting that for a franchise like this, for Jason Statham to start in, like no wonder he joined the Fast and Furious family. Because yeah, before they got big, you'd almost want to think who would win in a race between Frank Martin versus Dom Toretto or Brian O'Connor, kind of deal. Regardless who you put them against. And then you got to give it to Keith David. I mean, he kind of knocked it out of his park doing his small role as just like the lead cop after cartel gangster. Which is about a your cliche action movie villain of cartel gangster going out trying to use a biological warfare to take down some political elites. And of course, Statham has to find a cure, prove his innocence, or actually Martin does because he's after an old badass scene at the hospital and a kid being suspicious as he should have been, like, not my regular doctor, saying you ain't my regular doctor, and on it, and the nurse and all, and of course girl, a bootleg Harley Quinn looking lady shows up with those dual wielded pistols and causes chaos, and then jacks a cop car and then chases him down, and then kidnaps the kid in order to frame the transporter for the actions, and then of course had that old badass chase scene that followed, and then in the whole scene where he shoots a helicopter down, and like, yeah, ain't no way a Glock could do that. Especially since she was aiming at the engine, not at the pilot. And of course, he got that other one scene where he gets the bomb attached, and then he hits that old, very choreographed jump. And I was just like, woof, that's badass. And of course, he goes to that lab, and then the whole scene with old Jason Fleming's character, yeah, followed by jacking of a school bus versus jet ski chase, and then of course they rescue the kid, and then he brings the vials to the to the kid's mom, who was bored and at first tried to begin a movie tried to seduce Frank Martin just because of out of spite for her husband not being there for the kid, which I was like Transporter 2 is about in the top three of Matthew Modine movies or performances besides Stranger Things and Full Metal Jacket. And of course, there's a little even more epic chase scene was old fight scene was in the gangsters henchman's lair place, and they will fight out, and then they come out with this big dude, Rikishi looking dude, who makes you think wasn't he in the first fight and all? It's probably he just didn't. And there wasn't a scene where he goes, "Hey, didn't I fight you before?" I mean, because dude was like big and wearing the same outfit right before the old fire hose sequences. And, oof. Then of course that old Lamborghini chase after jacking that taxi cab, and it was funny right at the end when taxi cab driver shows up in a Porsche turned into a cab. Kind of like, yeah, we gotta get a spin off of that guy. Kind of like a precursor to Crazy Taxi. Yeah. Even more excellent was that old scene where the Lamborghini is trying to chase down the helicopter after whooping old bootleg Harley Quinn's ass, and of course that'll take down the helicopter, which I'm giving this one a definite 5 out of 5. Just great action, which yeah, it's surprising I'm giving it 5 despite how a little disappointed about the whole R turned to PG-13 trope, which as a reviewer I do have a love-hate relationship with. Mostly hate. Though I do see some things of PG-13, great PG-13 sequels to R movies, but then again the whole franchise, the Transformers have always been PG-13, so yeah. So there's that. Alright, that'll do it for this week. Hope y'all like, subscribe, and enjoy, and I'll keep dishing them out.